This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Let's wait for just 1 or 2 minutes. Any late joiner may join. Okay. Until then, uh, uh, we can have some kind of introduction. I'll introduce myself. After that, what is that agenda today we have is. So I'll make you understand what is an Android. Okay. So what kind of thing you will have in Android, everything we are going to be learning. Okay. So I'll make you understand what kind of jobs are available relevant to Android and what is the market occupied worldwide. So whether it is a best technology to grab a job opportunity or any other thing is available. Okay. So all those things we'll try to get it. So what are all possible? So as much as possible, I will try to provide 100% uh, data for you. So just we'll wait for a couple of minutes. Hope everyone is audible my voice as well as uh, you are able to see my screen, right? So that is about.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's like some more people are joining. Okay, so let me start from my side. This is Chari. I'm working for an MNC, which is having huge market in the world, right? So I'm working as a architect for Android application development. Earlier, I used to work with Java technology. Along with that, .NET I worked. When Android is introduced, from there onwards, I started my career as an Android developer. Like from web application development to I shifted to Android application development. So as of now, my total overall experience is 13 years. So I got promoted like team lead, tech lead. After that, finally I became settled as an architect. So usually I used to participate in client discussions, like what is the latest technology we are having. So what kind of stuff is going on, what client is expecting from applications, and all these things I am going to be handling. So that is my introduction. Currently, I am working for an architect. I have a team which it will make we support to implement Android application development. To do not forget about the technology, I used to work as a part-time for Durga Software. Durga Software. So here I am working as a tutor. Used to take 1 or 2 sessions daily. Okay, that is the plan. Okay, that is my introduction. Right. Fine ways. So the thing is, why we have meet here today is to learn about Android application development, and I will give overview about what is Android first. Okay, if I learn Android technology, how can I grab a opportunity in the real time industry? Is that Android course will provide me a, career, that means a job, which will be a long life. Okay, that is also important. So, kind of things. I will provide you all this kind of stuff. Okay, but before that, I would like to request you. You guys have to provide me the email ID, mobile number. So by messaging me, okay? Because Durgasoft will follow up with you. So if you are really interested, we are actually a 9 p.m. batch is going on every day. So Along with that, we are planning to take an 8 p.m. batch regularly 1 hour. So if you are really interested to all of, if you would like to join, if you need more details, please drop an email, your email as well as mobile number. So we don't misuse. I am ensure that. So they will follow up with you so that if you are really interested, you can join for 8 p.m. batch also. Right. That is the one from my side request. Okay. So let me start today. What we are going to be learn today actually. So this is kind of workshop, like what is there, what is inside that, what we are going to be learn during our Android course. Is there opportunities are available, kind of stuff. Okay. But before going that, let me make you understand first what is Android. Okay. So first thing here, I'm writing Android is a mobile operating system, right? So it's only mobile operating system. Of course, nowadays the same mobile operating system we are getting for TVs, Android smart TVs are there, and the same operating system which will be installed into smartwatches. Okay, and Android Auto. Android Auto is infotainment device. Like in your car, you will have large screens to display in high-end cars, right? So in that also your Android operating system is installed. So using this Android mobile operating system, we are able to implement applications for mobiles. Like in the market, we will have n number of mobiles, like including Samsung, HTC, Redmi, blah blah blah. So many companies are available. So many Android mobile handsets are available for us. Even tablets, okay, that is 7-inch tablets and 10-inch tablets, along with that smart TVs as well as smartwatches. Okay, you are going to be implement any kind of application if you learn this course. Okay, but before that, how can I use this mobile operating system? As usual, when you purchase any Android mobile, you will get Android mobile operating system installed in that. Of course, nowadays, if any new operating system is released into the market, okay, automatically your mobile is getting upgraded to the latest version of mobile operating system, Android mobile operating system. And coming to the developer point of view, now I am going in depth for the development. So in development point of view, what is Android for me? So I am writing Android is a software stack for developing Android applications. You should remember this word. This is not cross-platform. And if you implement an application using Android, that you cannot install in the iPhone as well as Windows or BlackBerry, whatever the other mobile handsets are available. Other than Android operating system, different operating systems are available that you can't install in the one. It is only used to implement Android mobile or Android smart TV or Android smartwatches or Android Auto kind of applications. You are going to be generated. And here I have written definition saying that software stack. So I would like to elaborate more about what is software stack. Okay. So let me make you understand first what is software stack. After that I will elaborate what is the definition of Android. Okay. So software stack in technical terminology, I can call it as a framework. I can call it as a framework. So what is framework again? So framework in the sense a plan with semi implementation. This is an easy understanding I am writing. So it's an easy definition for us. So you can understand from here, it's a plan, but it's already implemented some kind of thing. For example, let me tell you. I would like to purchase a home. I would like to purchase a home. I have multiple options, like I will go for a apartment or I will go for a independent or villa kind of thing. So for example, if I go for a independent or villa, so developer that means site developer will give me more options, like you will have car parking facility for 1, 2, 3, 4 cars like that. Okay, we are building for first floor, second floor kind of thing. In the first floor, you will have balcony with all furnished in the sense what? So I'll have like a kind of open kitchen with all the tools available. Okay, so TV table with all the tools available, like kind of thing. So I just need to get a TV and then fit it for the frame, and then I can enjoy. So that kind of thing is frame. What is your requirement? That you need to know first. If you know the requirement, what kind of component you have to use, that I'm going to be teach to you. Okay, so you have to write that code and then you can enjoy with your application. That is nothing but your framework. Okay, you understand what is software stack? I told it's a framework. It's all everything inbuilt for you. Kind of in technical terminology, if I would like to tell, everything is available in your application when you create it. That application have some inbuilt jar files which are used to implement your Android application. So that is nothing but your framework. We can call it as a software stack. So this software stack I'm going to be used to develop Android applications. Either it should be a mobile application, or either it should be a TV application, or either it should be an Android Auto, or either it should be a smartwatches. Anything you can develop with this architecture. And we have one good thing. What is that is same architecture, whatever the architecture or framework is available, the same work will support all kind of devices. Sir, for it, mobile, is it different, or for TV it is different? No, same framework, it will work for entire application development. You no need to implement separate for kind of thing, but you have to select different project. That's it. You need to select different projects, but same kind of work, same kind of framework will use for everything. Okay, so this is software stack. Now coming to the point of what is this framework or software it consists. Okay, for that reason I'm going to be explain with you about Android architecture. Okay, this is the thing I am going to be explained to you. Okay, but before explaining this, I would like to represent a um, uh, a diagram for you. Okay, let me open that. Ah, so this is an Android architecture. I hope everybody you are able to see here. Okay, so this is the Android architecture diagram. This Android architecture diagram is nothing but your software stack. Okay, whatever the diagram I am showing here, that is nothing but your software stack. If you are aware about, if you learn how to grab these components, how to handle these components, then you will become a professional Android developer. Okay, that I am going to be telling. Okay, here each thing, like whatever the software stack it is defined, it was represented with multiple colors as 5 layers. Okay, so always Android architecture we have to read from bottom to top. Okay, bottom to top we have to read. So here first part it is saying Linux kernel. Okay, next libraries layer, Android runtime layer, application framework layer, applications layer. Total how many parts we have? 5 parts. Okay, I'm going to be explain 5 parts in details. Okay, but before that, before explaining the software stack, I would like to introduce Android history. So this history is very important and some key points are available for us. That's the reason I would like to discuss. After that, I am going to be discuss with you Android architecture. Okay. Actually, Android is introduced into the market in the year 2009 by Google. Okay, so here what is Google? You know, Google is very famous for us, right? So Google is vendor for Android. Google is vendor for Android. That means whatever the Android software they are developing, that means whatever the Android mobile operating system they are providing, so who is the product owner? Google is the product owner. That's the reason we have Google Play services. So any application you would like to download, you will go for Google Play Store. So from there you are going to be download. So owner is Google. Technically you have to call it as vendor. Vendor for Android is Google. And one scientist is there. His name is Andy Rubin. Okay, he has some thought. Okay, that thought he explained to Google. Okay, then Google started implementing that one. But actually, there is a story. This story is since from 2004 to 5. Okay, so there is a company existed in the California. So Andy Rubin, who is the scientist, he is the one of the founder for the company which is existing in the California. Okay, he had one thought to implement. What is his thought is to implement is open source mobile operating system. Open source mobile operating system. What is open source here? Open source in the sense free of cost. Andy Rubin is, he has a thought in his mind to implement a mobile operating system which is for free of cost. Why? Why for free of cost? Because at that time iPhone is available in the market, but iPhone is proprietary. Proprietary is you must pay and use. If you saw download any song, if you would like to download any song or any kind of content from the Android iPhone application, you must pay some amount to the Play Store and then download. Okay, kind of thing. So to give some competition for the kind of applications, he thought to implement open source free of cost, then he can grab the market. But unfortunately in the same year, this company, whatever Andy Rubin founder company is there, that was what acquired by Google. That means what happened, Google purchased that entire company, then Andy Rubin become a part of Google. So he explained his thought to the Google, saying that this is my thought, if we implement this kind of software, then it will become a good product to grab the market. Okay, so Google accepted that. They are following up with the requirements. For example, if you are starting working for any new thing, so first what are the requirements are there, you must check, right? So that kind of requirement space they are checking. Okay, to implement this mobile operating system, they have software engineers, they will do the thing, what kind of languages are required, kind of thing. Okay, they are set up with that. But major second thing is they need a mobile device to test their operating system. They need a mobile device. So Google need a mobile device to test that. For that reason, in the year 2005, they formed a committee. What is the committee is Open Handset Alliance. So what is the main reason of Open Handset Alliance? I am going to be explain to you. See, in interview, they must ask what is OHA. Okay, so you must understand what is OHA and you need to explain to them. Open Handset Alliance. Here, what is open is free, handset in the sense mobile, alliance in the sense group. It's a free mobile group. That means if you become member of OHA, then Google will provide you the Android operating system. Then you can install that operating system into your mobiles for free of cost. Okay. Example I will tell you. Samsung mobiles are existed in the market since from long years. Am I correct? Samsung mobiles are existing since from long years. Before Android, it was there. It was earlier with the Bada operating system. But later, when Android is introduced into the market, Samsung removed Bada operating system. Bada is their own operating system. They removed Bada operating system, but now they are installing every mobile with the Android. How? Because Samsung is the member of OHA. HTC is the member of OHA. Redmi is the member of OHA. Like this, worldwide we have 160 mobile hardware companies are tied up with OHA, which was formed by Google in the year 2005. So Google offered to them, if you become member of OHA, we will provide you the software so that you can install into the your mobiles so that you can grab the market. That's the reason we are purchasing Android mobiles. In that we are selecting for Asus, Redmi, Samsung kind of thing. Okay, so this is OHA. If you become member of, if you are a hardware vendor, mobile vendor, join in the OHA Go for free of cost. You can get the Android operating system installed to be installed, and also And also there is one more important thing. If you observe Samsung operating system installed in the Samsung mobiles, compare Redmi installed Android, both looks like different. That means even Android is facilitating mobile vendors to customize Android operating system as per their halls, hardware abstraction layers. Because what is a hall here? Hall is nothing but for Samsung mobile, the hardware they are using has different. For Redmi mobile, they have different. Asus phone, they have different configuration because of hardware configuration. Android operating system, it is also providing to customize their operating system as per the mobile vendor. So that is nothing but OHA. So is my Android architecture what it is having? Will it facilitate to customize Android operating system? Yes, it is flexible. So your application also, how you like, you can customize. There is no restriction. There is no restriction for you. You can customize how you like. Okay. So that is flexible. It is flexible and also it is free of cost. So that's the reason Android is occupying huge market. So that market levels, before ending the session, I am going to be introduced to you. Okay, let me explain what are the parts available in the Android architecture diagram. As I see here, Android architecture have total 5 layers. Okay, 5 layers. So I told Linux kernel layer, libraries layer, runtime layer, application framework layer, application layer. Okay, so let me go one by one. Here I am explaining you about Linux kernel layer. Here, why Linux kernel layer is introduced. Okay, before going that, inside the Linux kernel layer, if you observe here, display driver, camera driver, flash memory driver, binder IPC driver, power management, audio drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, some kind of drivers are available. Don't worry, as of now, in the this is the kernel version is, as of now we are using 3.2 version. So in that more than 165 drivers are 165 plus drivers are added in the Linux kernel layer, which you can't delete or which you are not allowed to install any new driver. Okay, as a developer, I can't delete any driver and I can't insert any driver, which will be all are abstracted. Okay, before going that, let me introduce what is that Linux kernel layer. Actually, this Linux kernel layer, it is designed by Linux based software stack. Okay, so why it was created Linux based software? Because inside the Linux kernel layer, we have number of what we can say drivers, device drivers are installed. Okay, are installed in that. Why it was installed in the Linux kernel layer? Actually, the main reason behind the Linux kernel layer is it's a low level memory management. The reason behind Linux kernel, why they prefer Linux operating system is Linux operating system is a low level underlying as well as memory management as well as virus. These many options are there. That's the reason they have designed only this particular layer with the Linux. And what is kernel is? Kernel is the scientist who implemented this layer. Behalf of his name, they have implemented this Linux kernel. So this Linux kernel, what is the advantage it contains? So it contains all the key security features which are all which are allowed mobile hardware vendors. That means mobile hardware manufacturers who are all there, that they can install their own drivers. Okay, and they can make it as all are abstract. For example, let me tell you. In Android operating system, Samsung mobile is there, M series or Galaxy series or A series, whatever you can take. As of now, in the market we have I'm using 48 megapixel Samsung mobile, which is Samsung Galaxy M30s, okay, which was launched last year. Okay, nowadays we are getting after 48 64 megapixel also launched. Okay, even Redmi also providing 64 megapixel camera. Compare Samsung 64 megapixel camera image, compare Redmi 64 megapixel image. Which one have more clarity? So this more clarity will be given by camera lenses as well as kind of drivers they have used, camera drivers. So I'm customizing camera hardware lenses means you have to include some code, some kind of camera driver code inside your application. So that is allowed only for vendors, not for you. But please remember this: you can't customize the audio driver. If you become a developer in MI or Samsung, if they provide code for you, then only you can develop that. Or else, as a normal developer, if you are not become a Samsung application developer or kind of Redmi, not a mobile developer, you can't customize that. As a normal developer, you can't customize that. Okay, if you become an employee of the Samsung or Redmi, then only you are allowed to change in the driver, or else no, it was fully abstracted. Okay, so in the camera driver some kind of program they are provided. So because of that the pixel clarity you will get more. Okay, so what is the main part of Linux kernel here? It is, so mobile vendors can place all their drivers, what are all the customized new features they are adding for the new drivers. Okay, so they are allowed to place their drivers inside that. Okay, inside this Linux kernel layer, along with the drivers, you will have one more thing. What is that? Hardware abstraction layer. So what is that hardware abstraction layer? Okay. Actually, hardware abstraction layer provides standard interfaces. Standard interfaces which can communicate along with the drivers as well as your Java programming code what you are going to be write. You understand? Inside the Linux kernel layer, you will have one more option. What is that option? You will have hardware abstraction layer. What is that hardware abstraction layer? Is how to communicate my camera with camera driver. Actually, your camera is existing in the applications layer. If you open your Android mobile, camera application is available, right? That camera application, it has to communicate with the camera driver. So who will make it who will make it communication between your application layer camera application as well as Linux kernel camera driver? There is a intermediate layer which is called HAL layer, hardware abstraction layer. Okay, that was not defined here, but it will functional internally. Okay, so that will provide a standard interface for camera. You will have camera predefined object in our Android. That camera object I can use that camera object that will communicate to hardware abstraction layer. That hardware abstraction layer can communicate with the camera driver. Okay, so similarly you will have multiple libraries like multiple modules. What kind of multiple libraries? Not only camera, audio, Bluetooth, okay, Wi-Fi, sensors, kind of so many libraries are available in the HAL layer. So HAL layer is nothing but it's a part inside the libraries layer. Okay, please note that hardware abstraction layer is internal part of libraries layer. What it has? That means in your application, if you click camera application, your camera application is communicating to the libraries layer which contains HAL layer. From HAL layer, it is coming to the Wi-Fi driver or camera driver, whatever. So this driver is responsible to load your camera working. Okay, that is internal. So how it will call when a framework API in the sense your HAL API. When it make a call, then your device can access the hardware. So accessing hardware is nothing but you are accessing the driver. Internally it will call. You no need to worry. Okay. So that is nothing but your HAL. Where your HAL is existed in the libraries layer. That means what is your libraries layer? It contains all the hardware, all the framework libraries. Okay. So what are the five parts here? First one, Linux kernel layer. Okay. All the Linux kernel layer contains drivers. Second one, you will have libraries layer. Libraries layer. So inside the libraries layer, it can also called as framework libraries layer. Framework libraries layer. So inside the framework, what are all the objects, predefined components are available. All those are all available in the Linux libraries layer. Okay, let me show you that libraries layer what it contains. So in the libraries layer, you will have Surface Manager, Media Framework, okay, as well as SQLite. SQLite is Android database. Android database, OpenGLRES. That means you are getting nowadays with um, artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence kind of software. Okay, augmented reality. So those kind of new technology also supported with the OpenGLES library. Free type, WebKit, like you are able to browse web applications from your Android mobile. Like means you have a browser, Chrome browser, Opera browser. How Opera browser will work? That Opera browser, if you install WebKit library, is responsible to communicate with the HTTP layers. So HTTP will communicate with the internet so that the web page is displayed in your mobile. So for that WebKit will be available. libc, C libraries, SSL, SGL, some core libraries are available here. So all these are all like framework libraries. So how to access all these libraries? During our course we are going to be learning. Okay, that is the one. Next, third layer you will have, which is nothing but Android runtime layer. Okay, what is Android runtime layer? Ah, here Android runtime layer have two things inbuilt. What is it? Let me understand. Android runtime have uh, two things. One is core libraries. Second one is Dalvik virtual machine. So Android runtime current version is 5.0. Okay, current Android runtime version is 5.0. So this Android runtime, what it will do first? It will make your application run and execute. It will make your whatever the application you have created, or you are writing your code, that will make run, and it will execute the application, and finally it will provide the APK file. It will provide you the APK file. What is your Android output? Android application output? It's a APK file. So who is responsible to generate? Android runtime layer is applicable. It will generate the thing. How it is going to be generated? Okay. For that, I have a diagram which was drawn by me. Let me make you understand. One second. I am loading this. So using Droidra, I have written the diagram. Let me display it for you. I hope everybody able to see this. So here Android runtime, inside this, you will have particularly Dalvik virtual machine. What is this Dalvik virtual machine? If you are a Java, if you work out earlier, Java virtual machine is available. So what is a Java virtual machine? Java virtual machine provide you the Java class execution, right? Yeah, I'll make you understand later why Android is slow. Okay, let me make you understand. But before that, right. So here Java virtual machine is there to execute my Java application. What is the work of JVM? Dart Java class it will take. JVM have internally two things: JDK JRE, Java Development Kit, as well as Java Runtime Environment. So Java Development Kit is responsible to take Dart Java file and it will generate Dart class file. Okay, JVM have another one JRE, so it will take Dart class file and it will convert it into machine code. That is the work of JVM. That is fine. How about Dalvik virtual machine? See, Java, whatever the code you are writing, that is backend logic only. How about the user interface in Android application? See, Android application is nothing but it's a combination of your screen as well as your backend logic. For user, you will display the screen. On that, you will have, for example, login page. User will enter username, password. He will click on button. If you click on sign in button, you have to execute that logic. That logic you have written in Java file or Kotlin logic, but that user interface also you have to execute. Am I correct? So to execute your user interface along with the Java, Dalvik virtual machine is responsible to make execute both things. Okay. So where is your Dalvik virtual machine is available? Dalvik virtual machine is available in the Android runtime layer. In the Android runtime layer. So this Android runtime layer will invoke when you are executing your application. It will invoke Dalvik virtual machine. What Dalvik virtual machine will do? So Dalvik virtual machine will do in first I will go to the front end. In the front end, what you will take is .xml file, your user interface. For example, if you are aware about the HTML, you will create .html files, right? So similarly in Android, I will create .xml files. Inside that, I will keep images, music files, PPT, PDF, or any images, kind of thing, any kind of thing you can keep in your front end. And backend, you can write .java file or Kotlin .kt file, anything. So whatever the Android application, that I am dividing it into two parts. One is front end, second one is back end. Okay. First one is front end, second one is back end. In the back end, only logic is available. Front end, it contains all the images, music files, PPT files, PDF files, or anything you can keep. Okay, first coming to the part of your code that will first it will provide it to JVM. Where JVM is coming into the picture? JVM will invoke into the picture when you are installing Android Studio to execute your or to write your application. You need a IDE. That means some environment you require. So that is nothing but Android Studio IDE. This is here Android Studio. So if you would like to install Android Studio, you must install Java first. So when you installed Java, when you are executing your backend logic of your application, that will invoke Java virtual machine. Java is mandatory. JVM is mandatory for us, okay, to execute your Android application. So first JVM will take care. So JVM will generate machine code. This machine code will be reached to DVM with the help of internal DX tool. You no need to invoke or you no need to write single line of code. So once you click on just run in your Android Studio, automatically DX tool will be invoked. Whatever the machine code generated by JVM, that will be taken into DVM, Dalvik Virtual Machine. Next, your machine code, whatever the backend logic, that will come here and it will sit in the DVM. And next, whatever the front end .xml files, images, languages, music files, whatever you have kept, all these things will be mixed into a single file which is called r.java. You can keep everything, anything here. That will be simply converted into a r.java file. So what is a r.java file contains? It's a system generated Java file. Each file what you kept here will be holded like a integer variable. Okay, so automatically AAPT tool will invoke and it will generate r.java file. Okay, when I am executing a sample application, okay, at the time I will display r.java file for it. So as of now, your front end will be converted into a r.java file. This r.java file will be taken to DVM with the help of DX tool. So DX tool is responsible to capture your backend logic, to capture your front end, everything towards to the DVM. It will be mixed over there. Finally, APK builder tool is responsible to generate your .apk file. Here, what is the key role? DVM. So DVM is the key role to develop your APK file. That APK file you can simply upload into Play Store and then you can install into your mobile and then you can enjoy what the application you implemented. Others also can implement. So this is what happening in the backend. Next, it has core libraries. So what is a core libraries? So core libraries are nothing but C++ libraries. So which will make communication between your Android runtime as well as your HAL layer. That means libraries are HAL layer. So to make execute your application, if it is invoked with the Linux kernel driver, so this code has to execute, right? So to make understand that, some C++ libraries are implemented in the core libraries layer. So that is invoked by Android runtime, okay, while execute. Next, you will have application framework layer, or you can call it as Java service layer or Android service layer. Sorry, not Java service, Android service layer. What is the fourth layer? Application framework layer. Now, so what is this application framework layer? Actually, whatever the framework layer it contains, if you observe in the diagram, you can observe one common thing: activity manager, window manager, content providers, view system, package manager, telephony manager, resource manager, location manager, notification manager. So all these are all nothing but these are all APIs. I can call all these are all APIs. What is API? Application Programming Interface. For example, I would like to invoke a location manager. What is the purpose of location manager? In the name itself it is there. It will get your current location. What is my current location? How can I fetch it? Current latitude longitude, right? So current latitude longitude, who will provide for you? Either GPS or network provider. So that means if I would like to get location, I will communicate with the GPS or network provider. Directly, how can you communicate? Directly, it is not possible. So who is responsible to communicate with the GPS or network provider? Location Manager API is available. This programming interface is available. So this application framework is a third component for us during our course. So at the time, how to invoke a location manager, how to invoke all these service components, how to utilize those components, I am going to be explaining. But as of now, I can tell these are all nothing but APIs. Okay, so these APIs are the building blocks to create your Android application by simplifying whatever the resources, either it should be core resources or modular system components. Modular system components are APIs. So that will be available here. Modular system components are services are nothing but this one only. So these are all used to implement my Android application. Okay, so that is nothing but your application framework. Okay, inside this you will have view system library. View system. So what is view system library? Here, view system library is used to build applications user interface. That means whatever the XML I am writing, that XML will execute with the help of view system only. So it contains lists, grids, text boxes, buttons, everything is available in the view system library. You will have resource manager. What is a resource manager? So resource manager have strings, graphics, layout files. So all these things are available in the resource manager. What is a notification manager? We are getting January 26th flash sale in the Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. You will get a notification if you have installed Amazon. So how we will get that notification? Push notification we can say. That is nothing but the notification. Content providers. That is nothing but your application have. That means your mobile have contacts application, SMS application. All the data will be stored in the local database of Android that is called SQLite. So that is available. Who will invoke SQLite database for us? This content provider. Where is the content provider? Here. So that will give us. This is. And next you will have applications layer. So what is application layer is? Application layer will have two kinds of applications. One is system defined applications. Okay. Next it will have any application you will have you have installed that will be um, uh, loaded in the applications layer. Okay. For example, what are the system defined applications? Contacts application, camera application, calendar application, okay, email application, Outlook, okay. So many apps are available, and any third party apps also you will have, you can install, and you can develop your own application and then you can install in your mobile. So all these applications will be maintained by your applications layer. Okay, this is just Android architecture what it is available. So all these applications layer except vendors, as a developer you can't customize. Only vendors can customize their self, because vendors means who? Samsung, Redmi, Mi, who are all the mobile manufacturers are there, they can customize on their own. That is allowed by Android. Android will give their code to the vendors. Vendor is, they are going to be make changes in their software, and then finally it will be released into the market. Okay, this is software stack. Okay, now let me explain when I am executing Android application, or when I am developing Android application, how I am going to be doing. I will explain you simply. Any Android application, I will divide it into two parts. First one is front end. Second one is, I'll make it as back end. So in the front end, you are going to be create .xml. So what is .xml here? XML language, extensive markup language, which is similar to HTML. You no need to worry. Everything I'm going to be explained to you. You no need to worry. Okay. Next, you will have different versions of Android operating system existed in the market. From Lollipop operating system onwards, it was introduced material design components. Advanced, highly advanced components are in the market, including navigation driver, shopping cart application, recycler view, card view, okay, custom list view, kind of all the things I am going to be explained to you, including view pager, okay, kind of stuff, fragments, everything I am going to be discussed during front end of material design process. Here, back end is involved either, see, we have two options now, Java or Kotlin. Okay, so I'm going to be teach to you in Java, and I will help you how to write a program in Kotlin as well. Both are similar. Java is the thing of whatever J2SE I am using, and Kotlin, it's kind of similar to JavaScript. If you are aware about JavaScript, then it will be very easy for you writing Kotlin program. I will discuss one or two programs so that you can understand how simple it is. But there is an advantage if you have written a Java program that you can easily convert it into a Kotlin program. So that's the reason still I am writing in the Java only. Not only I am each and every each and every client nowadays, even though Kotlin is first called by Google, but 95% of clients they are preferring Java only because Java is flexible. It's oops, anything you can customize. That's the reason. Kotlin have some difficulties. That's the reason so many clients they are rejecting. There are some technical reasons. Okay, right. So either you can write or Java or Kotlin. I am going to be write with Java and I will explain to you Kotlin as well. Next, this total backend you will have 5 core components. So what are the 5 core components? I will explain in a simple manner. First one is activity. What is activity is your front end XML file along with that your Java file. That means whatever the backend logic you have written. So together, if you are executing, that is nothing but an activity. That means you are able to display some screen on the mobile of your application. That is nothing but activity. In your screen, for example, I have 10 screens. That means how many activities I have to create? I have to create 10 activities. That means 10 XML files, 10 Java files. So these activity files are used to design the screens to make upload it into your to make visible to user. Actually, activity is a predefined component from the Android stack. It has its own lifecycle methods. Okay, let me show you that activity lifecycle methods. So these are all I am going to be explain to you how an activity will execute and what are the methods lifecycle will be invoked, all these things. Okay. So due to time constraint, I am unable to explain to you. Next, second thing, second component which is intent, making communication between multiple activities. That means you are navigating from one screen to another screen. That is possible with the intent. Third component, services. Services are nothing but this one, your application framework layer of software. All the APIs I am going to be discussed during the services. Next, fourth one is broadcast receiver. Broadcast receiver. That means how a notification, push notification will do. Okay, how you can create an alarm application, kind of stuff. Next, fifth one you will have content provider, database, content provider. How to create a local database of Android. Okay, so how to share my data? For example, you purchased a new mobile, first time, very first time you are installing WhatsApp, then your WhatsApp will ask you, uh, WhatsApp would like to copy your contacts application is your mobile application, but WhatsApp is requesting to read the data from contacts. So that is happening because of the content provider. How to write that kind of logic, real time logic, those are all I am going to be discussed. So this is only your Android application development. Out of this there is no Android application development. If you are very well known about these components, then you will become a professional developer. So I'm going to be explain during my course everything. Okay, next thing, along with this, one more thing I am going to be tell you, integrating web service. Integrating a web service. First of all, I'd like to tell you what is a web service. Actually, it is your Android application. Web services are available in the server. Here is your external database. External database should be any kind of like SQL, MySQL, Oracle, whatever it is. So these are all SQL, MySQL, any kind of databases you can use. Okay. Web service is a program which will be written by web application developers. Which will be written by web application developers. One second, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me get, just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, I have already completed this kind of course with them. I am going to explain everything about each component with each sample. Ah, what is a web services? Web service is nothing but communication between two electronic devices. That means here internet is mandatory for us. That web service program will be written by web application developer and it will be hosted in a web server actually. Okay, which will run 24 by 7. That web application, that means web service will be either written by Java, C, C++, everything. So database we can use here SQL, MySQL, Oracle, anything we can use. Okay, here for me, Android application, for me, they will provide with they will provide me with a URL. I forget that URL where I placed actually. Still not sure. Let me check it. What is it? So finally, what is web services for me? If I hit a URL in the browser, I'll get some data. If I hit a URL, I'll get some data. So that is possible with a web service. Actually, how I am receiving this data? So this data, either it was retrieving from the external database. External database they used SQL or web server, whatever it is. So what is this web services? Simply web service is this URL for me. When I hit this URL from my Android application, this data will come for me. So if this data, if I display normal to the user, he cannot understand what is kind of this data. So this data I have to align separately and I have to display it for the user. That is nothing but web service component. Nowadays, every application, Facebook, WhatsApp, your whatever chatting applications you are using, everything is nowadays with the web service. So how to integrate that kind of web services, that I am going to be teach to you during my course also. Okay, all along with that, how to integrate Google Maps. Okay, so how to integrate Firebase communication, cloud messaging, and what are analytics. Analytics in the sense how many members you installed your application. Okay, is there any crash in your application by particular mobile device? So what reason it happened? Because user don't know how to share his application logs with you. That logs will be you can fetch with analytics. Okay, integrating those things, all these things I am going to explain during my course. Okay, this is the simple workshop. And one more thing I would like to take you, instead of taking your more time. So what is the Android market? For example, if I learn course Android, how much you will get? But before that, see, uh, if you'd like to join with me my program, if you'd like to join, we are conducting 8 p.m session. Okay, or if you are not having any timing problem, we can also provide 7 a.m batches, 9 p.m 8 p.m 9 p.m, three batches. Okay, already one 9 p.m is running, so 9 p.m slot it will take time. 8 p.m is readily available, 7 a.m also available. Okay, So you can choose any of them. But before that, if you need anything, you must provide your um, um, uh, your communication, like mobile number as well as email. Please provide me so that I can communicate with them, Durga sir, so that they will come to you. Okay. Now coming to the part of Android operating system worldwide, how it is doing. Okay. See, we have different kind of mobiles, but even though Android is occupying top market, currently how much market it is occupying? In the year 2018, 85.1, 2019, 86.1, 2020, 84.8. So because there is an increase in iPhone, because of they have come up with new features, but it is very slight, 86 to 84.1, 84.8. iPhone, it was increased, earlier it was 14.9, 13.9, 1% reduced in the 2019, but 15.2 it came because of the new features. 2020 we didn't release. Android is didn't release any new operating system. So to compete that, they are providing huge things. So 2021 they are expecting to reach 85.0. Okay, 2022 they are targeting 85, 86, like that, 85 kind of thing. So future also, we are at least we would like to maintain 85% of users to maintain overall worldwide. So you can understand how Android application development is going on. If you come to the career point of view, see, this is mobile market, mobile operating system market worldwide. See, Android is red one. It is approximately, see, this much it is taken. If you observe the chart, okay, this one, mobile operating system, December 2020. Okay, next, careers. Some videos are available. So how you can plan your career, and if you learn Android course, how much you will earn, career path, everything is available. Okay, so in 20, if you become Android mobile application developer, how much salary you can earn. Okay, so what is the market worldwide? US has huge market. Of course India is showing very less. You know, India will do always outsourcing to the, our main outsourcing area is US only. So US has huge market. So if you do US market per hour, this much they will pay. If you are a system engineer, normal engineer, $94, application developer, $94. If you are professional expert, a senior developer, you can earn $97 to $107 for $107. Okay, so senior mobile developer kind of thing. Okay, so this kind of marketing strategy we have. Okay, so you will have plenty of opportunities. Okay, so this is something. So how you can do, if you develop Android application, how you will do. So these are all I'm going to be uh, give you for. Okay, see, so they're looking for cross platform. We got so many things like PhoneGap. Okay, reactive native. React native is a new technology, Flutter or reactive native, but we did it is not getting clicked. We got so many things, but it was not clicked, but always it will be native only. Okay, so kind of thing, you will have huge future in that. Okay, marketing strategy is huge for. So, or else if you inquire in the Google, by simply clicking on that, so you can get. So this APIs and everything you will find from the Android developer website. Okay, all these things are available. What kind of applications I will do for VR, for TV, for cars, how to do Chrome operating system, for Android NDK, how to do. what are the Google services offered, everything is available in the developer website. Okay, just go through once. Okay, this is the one, and someone have provided some question, uh, like why Android is slow when I run any program. The thing is, uh, first thing, whether you are using 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM. So Android Studio have very heavyweight component. Okay, so it has inbuilt Gradle. It will take time to run the application. Okay, that's the reason the program is very slow. If it is 8 GB RAM also, it will take. If you have execute with 16 GB RAM, it will take very fast. But 8 GB is recommended to write or execute your application. Yeah, 8 GB RAM also, it will take some time. Okay, 4 GB is too hard. 8 GB is minimal, but in 16 GB it will work out very fast. Okay, I'm requesting you, please provide your details so that Durgasoft will follow up with you. If you are really interested for my course, so that you can join with the 8 p.m. or 7 a.m. batch. Okay, so please do provide.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello. Sir,
Yes,
this is
please tell
Tarun
me.
Reddy.
Yeah, Tarun, please.
I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah, please. Please ask your queries. No problem.
I, actually, in the business perspective, the business client wants to develop any application means their view is to develop the application in both iOS and Android viewers perspective, right?
Yes.
So why they only look for Android developers? They have to recruit iOS developers also, right?
Yes. Actually, the thing
And
is,
in the market, just a minute, sir. I'll close it.
yeah.
In the market, Ionic are there, Ionic is there, Flutter is there, Reactive Native is there, right? Those
Yes.
technologies, those frameworks will help us to develop parallelly both iOS and Android applications. Then,
Yes.
why this native Java and Kotlin will work nowadays?
Yes. That's the reason I told. Android is allowing us to. Android is allowing mobile vendors to customize as per their own hardware, right? Hardware point of view. See why cross-platform applications are getting failed because of their hardware problem. Okay, so Android is providing for mobile vendors to customize as per their own requirement, and then after that they are providing, they are allowing us to implement our application. The thing is, now compare Android phone as well as iPhone phone. Both hardware configurations are different. The same application, if you would like to satisfy a kind of two kind of hardware, then the performance of the application will be degraded, and sometimes you may observe black screens. Example, compare camera. Even though you have 64 megapixel in the Android, that is not at all equalized with the 12 megapixel camera of iPhone. Can you accept that? Pixel clarity
Mm,
in iPhone is too high because they are using high resolution lenses, and their camera hardware, it is completely very high, whereas coming to the Samsung or this one, they are providing for low cost, so they are not taking interest to provide that much high lenses to them. Okay, if you purchase 50,000, then it is okay. But if you purchase for 10,000, 15,000, and expecting that much clarity, they won't provide. Here, what is happening is camera driver, whatever you implemented in Reactive Native or Flutter, that cannot satisfy iPhone driver. So obviously you will get a crash. So that's the reason your cross-platform applications are getting degraded. So client what they are requesting, because Android have huge market, iPhone have very less market. So let's grab those two markets 100%, instead of getting crashes or getting feedbacks from customers saying this app is worst, not performing, it's too bad, kind of thing will degrade the market. Instead of that, they will invest both things in different, and they are releasing it into the market. So both can handle 100%. That's
Okay,
the thing
instead
now.
of cross platforms, they'll
Hardware
develop
configuration is the
individually
main problem.
using. Okay.
Hardware configuration is the main problem, because your cross platforms, Reactive Native, Flutter can't satisfy both configurations.
What
iPhone
about Ionic?
application you are generating, yes, iOS applications you are generating with iPhone, that can satisfy iPhone configurations. Android separately you are doing, Android can satisfy their own configuration. Together, if you would like to satisfy, it is not possible. That is the reason.
Okay. I'm asking the business things, not camera, those things, not hardware perspective. Food delivery application is there, carpooling applications are there. Those applications about.
Those also, just an example I told, camera is the hardware. So even though for everything, see, hardware configuration is different, means that you can't handle any framework.
Mhm.
Sir,
You
I had
understand?
one
So
inquiry, sir.
Android
Okay.
operating system they are installing, means Android is providing some set of rules to the mobile vendors. Okay, this is the framework component, you can design like this, or you can customize on your own, so that your application will work 100%. For iPhone, they will give their vendors for separate, so kind of their kind of set of instructions. But whereas Flutter and Reactive Native, they can't give, or
Okay.
they can't push instructions to the Android developers, right? So then there will be
Okay.
a clash between the things, it can't
Okay. What I
satisfy all the
understood is,
layers.
if we'll take the Samsung mobile, means it is having the eight alliance you said, right? Only Android
Yes,
things will work 100%.
yes,
In that mobile, if you download the Flutter or React Native applications, means they may go to crash like that. They won't
yes,
work
you
like
can,
that. You say, right?
download, it will execute, no problem. But the thing is,
Okay.
you will experience kind of
The
app
performance
is
things.
slow, or some kind of crashes. Okay, kind of things you can observe.
Sir,
Okay,
I had
makes sense.
one
Thank you.
inquiry, sir. Can I ask you?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Sir, and I wanted to know the duration for completion of the course.
Yeah, actually, the duration is 45 to 50 hours.
And so that I can complete the whole syllabus of the Android app. And that
Yes, 100.
duration I wanted to know.
Actually, what I will basically I will provide 1 to 1.5 hour every day. In between 1 to 1.5 hour, I will take every day. So,
Okay.
for example, if we start today 17th, right? Consider from 20th we will start
Okay.
Wednesday. So exactly 50 days you can consider. 1.5 month you can consider.
Completely, course will be complete.
Yes, it will be taken to complete.
Okay. Uh, whole the means whole the chapters were will be completed
Yes, everything. You
within
don't
50
worry.
days.
That will be,
Okay.
see, during weekends I will take some extra classes. Okay,
Okay.
don't get
Okay,
fear.
sir.
Like, the thing is, I'll say 50 hours. The thing is, if I would like to integrate web service concept, if I would like to tell, I'll take 3 to 4 hours during weekend, if it is possible for all. So then it is possible for us to complete in 50 days. Consider 50 days. 50 days your course duration. Don't like
And sir,
45 days.
okay. And core Java will be also you will teach, sir.
Core Java, just OOPS concepts, if you know, then it is enough for us.
Okay.
If you don't know also, please tell me before starting the course. I will explain you what is OOPS concepts. Other than OOPS concepts, I don't require anything.
Okay, sir.
That's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Uh, okay, if you are interested, you can drop me the details so that I can share with the Durga sub, so that they will tell you when the batch will be started. Okay, or any next demos are available. Okay.
Sir,
Okay, sure, sir. We
sir,
will share the
actually,
details.
Yeah, Tarun, please.
actually, I'm working as a junior Android developer, sir,
Okay.
from last 3 months. I know
Okay.
all the basics. I'm looking for real time training. So, can you please provide?
Sure. Definitely.
I don't know Kotlin, but I'm working with the Code Java, and the backend is the PHP. They are providing the web services,
Yes, yes.
API
Web
calls.
services. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I will
I
guide you.
need
No problem.
real time training.
Like you need
And
your developing application support, or you just need the codes like real time.
codes, sir. Codes, sir.
Okay.
Actually, we are developing the food delivery application, single restaurant application.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay.
Uh, I don't know anything in real time. Just blindly, I'm working on that. I
Okay,
have
okay.
developed all the
Actually,
UI
you will
parts.
do with the recycler view mostly material design concept. You are using. Okay,
Yeah,
that also we
recycler
are
view
we are
and for API call retrofit tool I have used.
okay.
Uh, I need more in-depth real-time oriented training, sir.
Sure, sure. Okay, retrofit library
I'll
you are
drop you
using,
the
right?
details. I'll
Sure,
drop
sure.
you the details of mine.
Sure, sure. Definitely. And
Okay, sir. Thank you.
one more thing, like you are available for 9 p.m.
Yeah, yes, yes, sir.
Actually, for 9 p.m. yesterday only I started fragments. Okay.
Okay.
So you are aware about activity, or if you need fresh also, you can join as a fresh batch, no problem. But if you are still interested in like fragments, it's okay. You can join fresh, no problem. You will get from starting to
No,
everything.
actually, I know everything basic, sir.
Okay.
But
Okay. You
like
can do one thing.
MVP, MVC, MVVM, and clean architecture oriented, I need.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay then. Okay, yeah, you can do one thing. When this Durgasoft people called you, you can tell them, provide me the 9 p.m. batch link, so that they will provide you tomorrow. Today we don't have session 9 p.m. Tomorrow we'll
Okay.
have. I'm discussing about navigation driver onwards. Fragments. Just to
Okay.
yesterday only I discussed a simple example. So navigation driver, advanced concepts I am going to be teach to. That will be helpful. Instead of from starting, you will get from the advanced concepts. Okay. Based on
Okay.
that only you
Okay.
can join.
Tell me. What I'm thinking is, tell me one clarification, sir. You give perfect clarification. These guys in my company, they are saying like learn React Native or Ionic or Flutter. Don't go with Java. I'm the only one in Android developer in that company. That's what they are
No, no,
saying.
no.
Uh,
Don't do like that, because I started as an Android developer, but still I am an Android developer only. Even though my designation is
and Java.
architect. Yeah.
Okay.
I do code development also. I do architect. My work is I used to discuss with clients to make architecture everything. I used to resolve the
Okay.
queries, but still I am uh, developing my application. Still I am doing Java only. These kind of Flutter, Reactive Native, so many came. You don't worry.
Yeah.
Xamarin is a
Yeah.
technology. PhoneGap is a technology. These kind of technologies came in the middle and they left. But still, Android native is native. You should trust on native only, because
Yes.
native application will give more options for you. Okay. If
Yes,
you
sir.
learn
Okay.
aside, you can learn, but tell them I don't want to come back. But you should be a Android native developer only. Don't go for cross platform. If you learn it aside, you can learn, not a problem. But you should be always a core developer. That will give
It's
good life for you.
after getting in perfection in this means we'll go further as add-on
Yes,
technology.
you can go for, yes, it's exactly.
Okay, sir. How many classes are completed, sir? 1 week or like that, 9 p.m. Back.
Actually, for them, I have completed 10 classes.
Okay,
On
okay.
7th January,
No,
it was started.
okay,
Sorry, 4th January. Last weekend, I didn't tell. This weekend, I didn't tell. So approximately 10 classes. It's okay. You can start from scratch, no problem. 8 p.m. we can start. From tomorrow onwards, I will
Oh,
start giving demos from 8 p.m. Okay, you can
okay.
join there.
Okay.
We can start having the
Okay.
session. So,
Okay, sir.
if
I'll talk
any
with
other,
them and I'll let
yeah,
you know.
Tarun, you have proceeded, and Roma as well as Jagadish. So, anybody interested, you can drop your details. I'll share with the Durga Sub so that they can sync with you. So, I'm sharing now your details. Yeah, I got Jagadish. Even Roma, yourself also, if you provide me, then I
Sir,
will share
it's
that.
not Roma, it's Ritesh.
Oh, sorry, Ritesh. There it was displayed. That one.
Okay,
It's
yes,
okay.
sir. That's
Sorry,
my
Ritesh. Yeah.
sister laptop, so it's
Okay, okay,
displayed.
no problem. Sorry, Ritesh. It's okay. Uh, you can drop your details here. Just mobile number, email ID. That's enough.
Okay,
So they
sure,
will give a
sir.
call back to you. So if you are interested, you can join from 8 p.m. I will give demo also. No problem.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. Shall we leave, sir?
Sure, sure. Who are done, you can leave. No problem.
Okay.
Ritesh, have you dropped your details?
Yes, sir. I'm dropping right now.
Okay. Just I am following, just sharing your details with them. So they will call you, and if you are interested, they will ask you to join.
Okay, sir. I will drop. Sir, mobile number and name. I have to drop, sir.
Email ID, yes. Mobile number, email ID, name. That's it. Yeah. Okay, Ritesh. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Definitely,
thank
will
you,
get a
sir.
call from call from Durgasov. If you are interested, you can join. No problem. But still, you have any confusion,
Okay,
you can attend 1 or 2 demos. Not a problem. I will give 2 days demos. Okay. You can attend any.
okay, sir.
Right,
Okay, sure,
Ritesh.
sir.
Thank you. Thanks for joining all.
Okay, thank you, sir. You too.